One of the many blessings we continue taking for granted is weather. Uganda has it all, including the best temperatures world over. This right here is the best weather for seeds to sprout, the perfect weather for agriculture that is at the center of the economy to thrive. However, in Uganda, agriculture is not thriving as it should. Imagine this very blessing of weather in Netherlands or Sweden. It will be green gold. So allow me probe the following. What are we missing out as a country? And what are some of the opportunities we are missing? We are putting this into perspective. Welcome, this is Business Perspective. I am Isabella Tugume. Ben, it's an honor and pleasure to host you here on an episode of Business Perspective.
I'm delighted to be here at Business Perspective.
And we're delighted to host you. You have a really large portfolio in the world of agriculture, so let's use this chance and ask pertinent questions in that particular sector. What do you see as the biggest market opportunities within the agriculture sector, and how can entrepreneurs capitalize on them?
Not very many countries can tell us that agriculture is the backbone of their countries. But research shows US, China, all the giants, they have been made of agriculture. All the giants. Make research. Today, easy you can tell me, America's top 5 leading exports, agriculture is one of them. And it is the second after oil, not technology. So we see these other countries front their technology and show us that we probably are not making it right because we don't have a lot of technology. Yet they are actually using agriculture. When we look at industrialization, the way the Industrial Revolution was because of agriculture, was not because of technology. They were processing raw materials from agriculture, agribusiness, to finished goods. And this is the same thing that can happen in Uganda. We have nothing better than they have nothing better than we do. We have the best. We are the pearl of Africa, which means we are the pearl of the world. And the opportunity is so broad that not even Uganda alone can serve. Now, here in Uganda, considering the climate that we have, I've been to South Africa, they spent 3 good years without one drop of rain. 3 good years. And guess what? They are the leading exporters of livestock in Africa. It's so damn painful that these people are the leading exporters, and with their leading export, they don't make 1 million animals out of their country. So it means export of livestock is very low. Very many people are hunting for livestock, but we don't have. Of recent, I gotten an order of 60,000 heads of goats. This was an order from, I think it was a UN program or something, that they wanted goats in Burundi, DRC, and Rwanda, these 3 countries. So they wanted 30 and 30 in 2 bits. I want to tell you, I have not been able to serve this market simply because there are no goats in the country. I only managed to collect about 23,000
out of the 60,000.
Which means the market is so huge. I have always rejected orders. Currently, I'm running 30 tons per month. 30 tons per month to the UAE. 30 tons of goat's meat per month. And there's another 20-ton order per week that I'm servicing. But it is choking me. It is here because there is no supply. And what amuses me is that people are now so much, yes, I don't say the taxes are good because they have never been. Even we remember in the Bible, Zacchaeus was not liked because paying tax is painful, is that painful. You feel like someone is taking your money, but this is their obligation, they have to collect the tax. So meanwhile, while the taxes are still high in most business ventures, why not use the opportunity in the agribusiness sector? I don't call it agriculture because there is a big difference between agriculture, for a culture and agribusiness for a business. So when you're doing agribusiness, you find a lot of reasons to do agribusiness. The biggest opportunity today in this country's growth lies in agriculture. No other business. I've been in real estate for the last 16 years. I started real estate in 2008. But there is no single day I've made profits like the ones I've made in agriculture. I've never sold 100 cars in the same day. Never, not even 50. I think the highest was about 8 cars or 10. Imagine. But how many millions do you invest in that kind of business? I've never sold 20 plots on a day. I've never. Probably most even real estate people don't. But I have gotten opportunities where I just told you 60,000 heads of goats. And each goat I'm getting like 200,000 profit. Unasikiliza? So there's lots of opportunity, but there's, I don't know what closes these eyes of ours, and they can only see but they can't observe those opportunities.
So while we point out some of the opportunities that you have highlighted as an agribusiness entrepreneur, or what challenges do you encounter or do you face going about your day-to-day operations?
The same challenges that people in the US face, the same challenges that people all over the world face. Do not think that those countries are doing better simply because they have a lot of money. No, US's land, a quarter of US's land is owned by one person, which is Bill Gates. A quarter of US's land. So it means not very many people have land in US, because if a quarter is owned by one person, all the other people are just surviving. Sindio? Now, limited capital, a limited land, probably like here in Kampala. Most people are born here and raised here in Kampala and the suburbs. They don't have even an acre or not even a plot. Others are renting. Knowledge. And of course, ignorance. But all these three are caused by this one, ignorance. People don't know.
As on that note, I'd like to find out from you as YPA.
Yes.
What strategies have you found most effective in attracting investment into the agribusiness or agriculture?
There's a lot we have done. We started with humble beginning. We started from a humble beginning, and we have over the years grown to better steps. For example, today we are setting up a factory, an organic fertilizer factory. We are going to use all the goat droppings and manufacture organic fertilizer. Very organic, just processed and packed. It can be applied anywhere, anytime, anyhow. It's easy to use and it is international. So go to the market, see that hotel, see where they buy from, then ask them if they want that fish or that meat. Come back with experts. Let them show you how to do the same product they want. Then mobilize resources, invest in the process, targeting to get the product they have shown you they want. And I'm telling you, this man is making very easy money because it is smooth. Approvals are very soft. You have had someone who has taken goats to Saudi Arabia and he was forced to ban them. Banning them is more expensive than the price of the goats itself because they are not meeting the standards. So it means there was no thorough research about the market. You need to know, for example, the Saudi Arabians, they want goats of the same size, same age, same color, same breed. Unasikiliza? You can't bring tall, big, small. Same size, same age, same color. If you take black, that is white-tan. They will not eat, they will not take that goat. So whenever you don't go to the market first, you're going to do things, and when you get to the market, you'll be disappointed. But you should have the market in the head.
The youth population has gone ahead to engage in agriculture, and the country should capitalize on this. By engaging young people in agriculture through entrepreneurship programs and incentives, the country can inject new energy and innovation into the sector. Imagine tech-savvy youth developing mobile apps that connect farmers to buyers, or using drones to monitor crop health. This is the future. But is the country thinking about this? Let's discuss this after the break. Welcome back, business enthusiasts. My name is Isabella Tugume, and this is Business Perspective. Tonight, we're casting a spotlight on an often overlooked powerhouse, agriculture. It is time to dig deep into the soil of opportunity and uncover how this sector can truly become the backbone of our economy. Herbert, it's always a pleasure hosting you on Business Perspective. Today, we'd like to pick your brain with regards to the country's agricultural sector. So, from a business and investment standpoint, what current challenges does the agriculture sector encounter?
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure being here and also sharing some insights. At this point, agriculture sector is facing a number of challenges. There are those pre-existing challenges, there are new challenges. There are those challenges that are internal, and there are those challenges that are external. Because when we talk about the agriculture sector, it's not an end in itself. The agriculture sector, I mean, you grow all you rear animals, all you do fish farming because you want to sell and to get some money. But when you look at the pre-existing challenges, there are challenges of limited access to credit or finance, because historically, financial institutions have looked at agriculture as a risky venture because of the challenges with it. That, you know, there is limited bookkeeping. I mean, it's seasonal, so you cannot determine, and the bank cannot really, most times, you know, banks look at agriculture as a risky venture, and they don't want to advance credit to farmers because they also don't have collateral security, among other issues and factors. But also climate change is a reality, and it's affecting agriculture sector heavily. And communities, or rural areas that actually are production centers, are bearing the brunt of the climate crisis. And so there's declining productivity, there's loss of soil nutrients, there's a limited mechanization. Some people are still using the hoe, and it's breaking their backs. And as government talks about mechanization, I think that is yet to be actualized, that we are yet to get there. Even with the theme of the budget having aspects of commercialization of agriculture, there is a lot of that in rhetoric rather than, you know, in the reality, the practical aspects. So there are a number of challenges. There is limited access to common user facilities. But also in the agriculture sector, there is post-harvest losses. 40% of produce is lost because of limited access to storage facilities, but also poor handling and poor transportation. So all those challenges are there.
What would increased funding mean, or how would increased funding translate into tangible benefits for the sector to be able to as well contribute to the country's economy?
Thank you. When we talk about funding to the agriculture sector, we're into program-based budgeting, and it's agro-industrialization. The financial year 2024-2025, agro-industrialization was allocated 1.8 trillion. But when you look at the cocktail of issues under agriculture, because it's agriculture and industrialization, that makes it agro-industrialization. There are a number of issues such as value addition, marketing, extension services, among others. And now we are facing a number of challenges. And with the limited budgetary allocation, really, when you look at Malabo Protocol, Malabo Declaration, where countries committed to commit 10% of their national budgets to agriculture. And Malabo Declaration has a component of increasing agricultural productivity and other components therein. And Uganda made a number of commitments, or there are a number of commitments under Malabo Declaration. But with the limited budgetary allocation to agriculture, the talk of value addition can actually remain a talk and not actualized. Because, for example, if you look at even government initiatives and programs like parish development model, where government is allocating 1 trillion to agriculture, to circles, 1 trillion to PDM circles. It means those circles are in 10,000. There are so many circles. Each circle can have 20, 30 people, depending on, how people are arranged and organized. If each circle receives 30 million, for example, just a case in point, they are organized along an enterprise. And if you look at the challenge, the long-standing challenges in agriculture, all as we talk about value addition, there is need for food-grade machinery, there is need for better storage, among other necessities, prerequisites for us to achieve value addition, among other things that we want to achieve. But the limited budgetary allocation, even when you look at the parish development model, which is well-intentioned, I may say, it's well-intentioned, but it falls short of realizing some of the envisaged aspirations. But also, as we talk about value addition, let value addition and the resources, be adequate, so that at least when we talk about value addition, we have common user facilities. There are a number of common user facilities, but they are in some regions and in some centers. We have limited regulation of agro-input dealers. And with the resolution by Cabinet to establish the Food Regulatory Authority, I think there is a lot that needs to be done in order to actualize that, to have the policies in place, but also the structures, so that there is regulation of agrochemicals and other agricultural inputs. Because right now, farmers are stuck even with getting the right seed. Even when you look at all the different strategic products for the country, crops, coffee, farmers are, some farmers fail to get the right seeds. I mean, inputs like cutting 1, there's cutting 2. So there is need for the different agencies of government to rise to the occasion and do what they need to do. But of course, most of them have limited budgetary allocation to do what they have to do. Thank you.
With regards to financial institutions, how do you perceive their role to be in supporting the agri-business sector? And do you believe there is a lot more that they should be doing?
Thank you so much. Financial institutions have a key role because government cannot do it all. And of course, financial institutions, one, they are profit-minded. That's their broader goal. Although some financial institutions have come out to brand themselves as friends of farmers, they have agriculture-friendly loans, among others. But the end goal is making profit, breaking even. But how financial institutions can make all advanced loans to farmers and boost agricultural production is, one, of course, assessing the viability of enterprises is important. But also, financial institutions cannot work alone with farmers. Government also has to create a supportive, all-enabling environment for agriculture to thrive, so that the other players also come in to complement the role of government. Because government has been talking about commercial agriculture, and commercial means you are going away from subsistence into large-scale farming. So it's one, to do with the model of agriculture that government is advocating for. Commercial agriculture is important, and the 4-acre model that the president, is piloting is also good. But you have to look at the practicality. How practical. You have to look at how practical that model is, and also the challenges that farmers are facing in order to make invest all they have to invest in agriculture, but also to gain what they want to gain from agriculture. Because the problem with agriculture, one, is not production. No, the problem with our agriculture is the market, incentives for production. We don't have incentives for production. There is no minimum price for agricultural products. And so farmers are at the mercy of buyers. That is why when you move around the streets, Kampala streets, you'll see young boys running around with pineapples, a bunch of them, like 10, going for 10,000. So you can imagine if 10 pineapples go for 10,000, it means that they were bought way much less at the farm or at the garden. So there is need for government to put in place incentives for farmers to keep producing, because a number of farmers have given up on production.
Let's go for another commercial break. When I return, I ask, are we doing well on international markets?